welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Scraplift Crafternoon. This is a weekly hop that I host here on my channel with my Scraplift Crafternoon tribe. There are 10 of us now, so if everybody's participating this week, their videos will be linked up in that playlist below. I have also included Sarah, who is the creator of our original layouts, information down below. Here is her fun layout, and I really love how it turned out, and I'm kind of looking forward to scrap lifting it. Also listed down below is every tribe member's Instagram account. That's a good way to see what other things that we do on our channel. We don't just scrap lift, we do other things, and it's a good way to see our own personal style. I think this layout is going to show my personal style a little bit. Hers is very boy, and it has a lot of primary colors. It's a gorgeous layout with some great mixed media on it, and I'm going to do that as well. I do have this bubble gum texture paste from Vicky Booten, and this is my counterfeit kit for the month of April. And so I have several sheets of paper here, a photo of myself, and some cut apart or some fussy cut flowers, some title pieces, got a piece of white cardstock, and 2 pieces of pattern paper. So I'm going to pause, I'm going to get started, and I'll be right back. All right, I also forgot to mention that since this is my April kit, I'm also going to be tagging how to kill a kit with style in the comments with that playlist. Also, the 2 pieces of papers I am currently messing with came from my 100 pattern paper pile for the challenge that is hosted on Tina's 100 Pattern Paper Challenge Facebook community group. I will try to get the information for that linked down there below. The premise of that is you pull 100 pieces of pattern paper that you would like to use up in the year. Tina posts challenges, and then you can use those challenges or not, and it'll help you get those papers used. I think it's a great premise, and I have yet to do any of the challenges. I need to start writing them down so that I can work them into some of my other layouts. Anyway, so what I'm doing here is drawing a line, which as you saw, I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. So you can't expect me to cut straight with a pair of scissors. Yikes. So I'm going to cut them in half this way. And originally I thought I would use my paper trimmer to help me with this, but the paper trimmer that I have close to me is not long enough, and the one that is really bulky, so I didn't drag it over. How many of you have multiple options for trimmers? I know I do. I have 2 Fiskars trimmers, one on either side of my table, because if my recording area is full, I will sit somewhere else to scrapbook on my table. My table is 4 foot by 10 foot, so there's plenty of space for me to move around. Also, I have 2 spaces set up on my table for me to scrapbook. One, I tend to scrapbook the most when I have somebody, just a single friend over to scrapbook with me, and I sit there so that we can face each other on the other side of the table. Anyway, I also have a Tim Holtz Precision Trimmer. I love to hate that thing. When it works, it's a great trimmer, but unfortunately, it likes to tear up the gutter, which causes the blade to shred paper, and I never know when it's going to do that, so I've pretty much given up on that. My large trimmer is actually from American Crafts, and it does quite a bit of it's really long, and so I am able to use it to cut larger things. I also use it to cut out chipboard, so it's one that I'm not willing to let go. So I used the bubble gum texture paste to put the mixed media on my layout. I allowed it to dry, and now I am gluing down the second triangle. I still have pencil marks on that triangle, so I'm going to erase those first. And I pulled out that pom-pom trim. That is a trim that I got several years ago at a dollar store during Easter. I keep meaning to go in and check again to see if they have other colors at Easter this year, because I've had those for 3 or 4 years now. And I have got pink, green, the blue, and a yellow was what I bought that time. And so it'd be kind of cool to get some other colors. Anyway, I'm going to use that down the center, and this is kind of where I start taking a different turn on my layout, and more or less I follow her original background, and then I kind of end up doing a lot of placement on my own with my own sense of style, if that's what you want to call it. So I did put glue lines down on the layout, and that is how I am adhering the trim. I have found that those hold stuff like this fairly well. If you're ever unsure, you could also put wet glue in between the glue lines and use it that way. So I cut out a frame from that light blue square of patterned paper, which was a piece that I gutted from last week's Scraplift Crafternoon layout. And I cut out this fancy frame here. And then I trimmed down my photo, and you know, I can't even trim a photo right, guys. I got it too short, which is going to end up being fine because my embellishments cover up that mistake. But I'm going to go ahead and try to get the frame glued onto my photo with minimal success. So you'll have to see what I mean here in a minute. When I go to glue everything down, I actually pop some more wet glue underneath that photo so that it doesn't move. But this ends up being almost a semi-disaster. I'm like, what's going on? I actually used the cutout piece to trim the photo, so it should fit perfectly, and I don't understand why. Call it user error. I also, as you saw, cut out those pom-poms from the middle because I didn't want my photo popped up that much. They're too thick to pop a photo and other embellishments up. And those are sitting off to the side. And I think I say it at the end of the video when I'm talking to you as I record that I'm sure Penny will find them. And I do need to toss them because she likes to eat things. So this is a bag of fussy cut flowers from a hip kit. I don't remember if it's from the same kit. Couldn't tell you which kit it was. Probably from 2022 or 2023, as those are the years that I'm working on. Those are in my kit this month. They were already fussy cut when I put them in there because sometimes I will grab a paper like that I know I want to use in that manner, and I will fussy cut them and stick them in some sort of Ziploc envelope or other envelope to use at a later time. My goal this month is to try to use up that pack of Pink Fresh Studios chipboard flare because I really want them gone from my stash. They've been hanging around quite a while. I got everything on here the way I want, and let's glue. All right, I got this layout completely done. I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. I did kind of change up a little bit. I stuck with her background with the half and half on the diagonal, did the mixed media, which I love how that turned out. But then I added the trim here with the little balls on it. And in case you were wondering what will happen with those other little balls, I suspect Miss Penny will find them and take off with them. Probably should actually get rid of those, huh? Because she might choke on them. That one is something else. She keeps me on my toes. I know that the original creator had a little bit here and a little bit here. I kind of concentrated the rest of my design in the center, added my journaling. I did not put my title on the diagonal, but I really love how this turned out. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. Make sure that you check out that description box below, because there is a playlist for this week's Scraplift Crafternoon. There is also a list of all of our Instagram channels or accounts. I know that I have already mentioned that if you want to get to know us a little bit better and the way that we scrap when we're not scraplifting, that's a good place to go. I try to share every layout that I do there. I don't always make it, but I try. And I know the other ladies do as well. I hope that you guys will have a great Sunday and a great rest of your week. Bye.